But now only 10 metres out from the Chargers line. Donato for Burns. Burns, good ball player. Gets half through the defence. Darren Burns. He shrugged away from one. Mackay had a tenuous grip in the tackle. Trindle holds up the pass for Stimson. 5 out from the line, and it is the last tackle there. All positioned to the left, the Rabbitohs. Trindle stepping back for Howlett. Howlett slips the pass. It's put down by Slattery. It will be a changeover, but South's almost finding the gap close to the Chargers line.
There wasn't a bad option there. The inside ball on the last tackle can catch teams out. Phil Howlett found a little bit of space, and his pass back inside went astray to Troy Slattery.
Now the Chargers set to the left with Wes Patton. Looks like he's on the case. Howlett went the intercept. It opens for Nickel. Looking to link up with Russell. Some nice cover applied by Darren Burns. He's stuck with his man. Patton, last tackle. Kicks. Mackay is the man on the chase. Brendan O'Mara back for the Rabbitohs. Souths will have a line drop out.
Some bright attacking play there from the Gold Coast side, especially when they ran the football before. This last deft kick from Wes Patton was a good one. O'Mara was well positioned for it. A real chance with Phil Howlett, the South Sydney centre, going for the intercept. Unfortunately, Jason Nickel, who had a lot of support, just couldn't find the best man to throw it to.
Darryl Trindle, the captain, soaking up some time before the dropout. And Patton back for Marcus Bai. A good entry by Marcus Bai into the Optus Cup.
Donato hit him with a beauty there.
And now Nahi. And the Stimson tackle. Ostini combined to come over the top, but they're on the Rabbitohs 20. And threatening. Patton pushes here. Inside for Mackay. The pass from Chris Orr. 12 out from the Rabbitohs line. This is King. King has a shot alone. Accommodated by the Rabbitohs defence. Now Clark. Patton. So dangerous for Sattler. Rabbitohs defence guessing whether Patton's going to run. When is he going to put the foot down? He passes this time. Quick hands. That's great work by the Chargers. Marcus Bai scores. I think it was Orr and perhaps Nickel who threw the final two passes. That's a fine try. 4-0.
Perfect execution here. As we freeze it there, you can see that there's only two South Sydney defenders, and the try scorer is not even in shot as yet. You'll see him appear late, but beautiful hands, especially that pass on to Marcus Bai. And the beauty of that was it was the last tackle. They decided to run the football, and Marcus Bai allowed them to do that by getting deep. In fact, both of those passes, the last one from Nickel was a beauty, but so too the man inside. And Marcus Bai, who came from deep, took advantage of the inside work. He's been a find this year, Marcus Bai. Every game I've seen him play, he's been extremely impressive and gets very involved.
From somewhere, who's Rookie of the Year? There's Captain Charger doing a dance. But there's not too many candidates. We're 5 metres out from the Chargers line. Comes across, Trindle. Again, they skip out Driscoll with a pass. But Sattler was waiting. And a rock-solid Gold Coast defensive line. Trindle, last tackle, there's the kick. A ricochet, Burns with a chance. Well, Trindle claims a try. Simpkins says that it's been forced by Des Clark.
Yeah, good work there from the big front rower to be back in cover. But already Darryl Trindle starting to weave a little bit of his own magic. Took the rebound, and the big man's done very, very well. Trindle there looking to take advantage of a little bit of good luck coming off the player's boot. The reason that the South defence is so flat-footed is the speed of the play the ball from the Chargers is superb.
Orr brings Marcus Bai into the play, and O'Mara got him ball and all. He read it well. King, Mackay, some 5 sets of 6 more. Francis gets another shot, and again he gets lined up by the defence. That time Driscoll and Clark, the assassins. Trindle, 30 minutes out. This is the last tackle for Souths. It comes for Driscoll. Driscoll able to offload off the deck. Simon gets a kick in. So they've got something out of the last. Then off the upright, it bounces for King. Oh, that would have been miraculous if Souths manufactured a try out of that last tackle. Peter Stimson, 5 out. The Rabbitohs crack this Chargers defence. Trindle tries the inside ball for Burns. Good tackle from Driscoll. Trindle to the right side of the ruck. Burns slow to play the ball. Donato for Trindle. Again, it was a high pass. Back for Ostini. Ostini tries An inside play. Now they go from dummy half to Rabbitohs. They will be held up in goal. And it was the last, so the changeover.
Absolutely superb defence from the Gold Coast side. That wasn't a good option to try and get over there on the last tackle because they had plenty of troops there, but the 2 and 3 rucks before that, there were try savers galore.
Tom O'Reilly. Here was Sattler.
It's been a real battle in the middle of the ruck and on the fringe. Some big hitting out there, and the referee finds South Sydney in front of him once again with the 10 metres. Wes Patton, the quick tap, he's taken them by surprise and gone straight through.
Here goes Wes Patton. Oh, they're not going to stop the little bloke. Wes Patton, superb play. The number 7 runs for one of the first times in the match.
Well, very, very quick thinking from Wes Patton, but woeful work from South Sydney. They dropped their bundle. As we freeze it there, that's Wes Patton taking the tap. Have a look at the South Sydney players, all with their backs turned, and with the ability and the elusiveness of Wes Patton, it was a pretty easy task just to skip his way through and go around O'Mara. They all turned their back. They didn't expect the tap to be taken. Complete loss of concentration. There's Driscoll, he's out of play. Trindle misses him, and O'Mara one-on-one was always going to have the job ahead of him. And Wes Patton, as we've seen so often for the Chargers this year, he just comes up with this little bit of magic and has the ability to go all the way.
Oh, he's a gem in this game, Wes Patton. The player the fans like to watch in action. Midpoint South Sydney. That is Jason Nicol on the bench. Looking on the ankle.
Can play the football, but a lot of referees will penalise the ball carrier in that instance. As shoulder charge, not that effective. It does stop.
He'll be back, and Driscoll, he's still struggling with that ankle injury, but he
held up by Sutton. Last play this time for the Chargers. It's with Chris Orr. Orr then for Mackay. Mackay kicks. A ricochet infield off Trindle. Fielded by Orr. Then back for Driscoll. 5 metres out for Graham Mackay. He needed one more pass, and play breaks down at that point with a changeover. Oh, close call for Souths. Penner fell off in the tackle. He was taken sideways by Ostini. Clark back for Patton. Patton feeds on there for Sattler to come through the centre. Back for Dave Clark. There it is with Durham. Trindle and Burns. Trindle may have been hurt attempting the tackle. He was a little slow to get to his feet. It's with Chris Orr. Orr floats a pass. Des Clark's out in the centres. An offload for Mackay. Mackay steps straight through the O'Mara tackle. Clark sets it up, and the skipper gets his name on the scoreboard. 16-0.
He's a very skillful player, Des Clark, and he gives this Gold Coast Chargers side a lot of options, especially with second phase play. Nice cut-out pass here. The big fella scouting wide, able to take on the South Sydney attacker one-on-one, keep his arms free. Graham Mackay, the left foot step to come inside the fullback to score the try. It will look very good from front on. Or a bullet-like pass, and look at Clark. He just takes on Phil Howlett, a simple task of keeping his arm free. And O'Mara, a fairly ordinary attempted tackle on Graham Mackay. That's beautiful work from the big fella. And you just have a look at the next 20, 30 minutes in this game. You'll see that happen quite a few more times. You built towards halfway, and his front row partner Des Clark, another strong burst attracting 3.
Well, Steve, what do you make of the performance of Des Clark?
Well, I can't tell you how refreshing it is for a front row like Des Clark to get himself two passes out wide where he's running at one defender and gets the offload. Far too many of the forwards now just try to eat up the 10 metre yards.
Former international is now the Gold Coast threatened again with King. He's looking for support. He won't need any, will he? King 5 metres out. The pass goes forward. Oh, King. Penner's the man who's come up with a try saver. Did I say he was home?
You did indeed. You've been listening to Rabbits too much. Well constructed again.
Hold the fireworks.
King straight through. The side step back inside. It looked like he was going to score, but Dave Penner came up with a great tackle. The referee in excellent position to see the pass forward to Jason Nicol.
That's as desperate a tackle as you will see from David Penner at full stretch. Almost to the 40-metre line. They attacked the blind side well that time. Donato takes off again. He's away from Wes Patton, then away from Bye. Nice metres for Shannon Donato. No dummy half. David Penner. Trindle skips out Slattery. Burns, floating pass. It's with Simon. Some nice hands there for Howlett. Then back inside. Now with Orford. 30 metres out from the Chargers line. The Rabbitohs, one of their more promising raids of the match. Last tackle. Can they convert it to points? Trindle attacks the markers. Trindle, he's 5 metres out. Here comes the try. Jeff Orford scores. That's his first for the Rabbitohs. And Trindle has set it up.
Well, they've got to throw a little bit of caution to the wind now. Trailing by 3 converted tries. And Trindle, after some good lead-up play, throws the dummy. Sets up Jeff Orford, who'd been involved in a previous ruck. And he scores the try to give South Sydney their first points in the game. But it did come from some good, quick play the balls from South Sydney and some good ball movement. They went wide. Craig Simon got involved. And really, Daryl Trindle just put this one on a plate for Jeff Orford. The winger doing well to be in centre field to take advantage.
That's a Rabbitohs fan. First glance, I thought it was Fatty. But of course, he's in camp. Souths to the Gold Coast 40-metre line. Shannon Donato. Murray, he's closer to the action now. Trindle pushes along now. The Rabbitohs, they get a roll on it. Simon, he floats the pass over the top for Orford. 28 metres out from the line. So Murray closer to the play. Simon was in the centres. It's the last tackle. Trindle takes off again, weaving. It is the last play. Now he offloads. Still numbers here for Souths. Pulled in there by Burns. 10 metres out, it comes from Moore. He's taken over the sideline by Marcus Bai. There's not a big crowd here, but they love that.
All of a sudden, South Sydney have sparked into action. And they're doing that by finding some gaps out wide. Trindle didn't make it easy for his outside men. Nice take from Darren Burns. And Marcus Bai just put the big shoulder charge on his opposite man, Marty Moore. Good stuff from the Rabbitohs.
20 metres out from the line. Here it is with Parsons. He makes 10 metres and probably could have offloaded if he had support. Last tackle. 10 out. Patton right up to the defensive line for Sattler. Sattler will wrestle his way over. Can he force it? No. It may well have been short of the try line.
Yeah, he was found short. It was a very strong tackle. Scott Murray missed him. I think you'll find that Phil Howlett was able to stop the try being scored. Bang, straight through, and in comes Howlett, rolls him over, and just inches short of the line.
This is John McKelleher putting a spurt as he got to the line and gets a back slam for his troubles from Driscoll and Sutton. Gold Coast
coming from dummy half, all important, but Trindle in trouble with an ankle injury. I don't think he'll be back.
Yeah, an ongoing problem for Daryl Trindle. Parsons, he's had a lot of troubles this year. 15 metres out from the line. The Chargers with a chance to close this one right down. Well, that looked forward there to Mackay. Then it goes forward surely to Russell. Well, I've got big doubts on 2 passes and neither have been called. Russell scores it for the Chargers. Well, that is the knockout punch. But boy, we want to have a look at the video after that one.
Well, we don't know if that's going to be decisive enough. As Wes Patton finds his 5'8". The short pass is definitely forward to Graham Mackay. Tough to find on that angle whether the final one to Russell is, but there's a big question mark on that as well. But I've got no doubt that Orr's pass to Graham Mackay, it's a handoff, and he's in front.
Well, it's almost stolen by Mackay, wasn't it?
Yeah. Shane Russell, he did well to pick up the bouncing ball. No fault of Shane Russell.
Still 18 minutes remaining. Shot of the Chargers bench. Riley, Driscoll and McKelleher there. And emphasising the fact that the Gold Coast have got a rap on him when he's mismatches. They've had no hesitation in rushing him straight back into the first grade side because he has missed 2 or 3 games this year. This is Parsons, short of the 30-metre line. Chargers up by 18 points. And they will move back into the top 7. Patton kicks. He copped a shoulder. I think it was Astini who put him to the deck. In fact, it was Paul Sutton. Howlett comes back from the in-goal area. There are touch judges running in from the far side of the ground. This will be for the shoulder. I'm pretty sure it was Paul Sutton on Wesley Patton.
They're looking and running one way, kicking the other. And he copped a bit of a shoulder charge.
Francis was there as well. Sutton's the man getting the caution. Darren Burns is there now as stand-in captain. With Trindle off the field. It's probably one of the better tackles they've effected on Wes Patton today, to be honest. It's a little sarcastic, I know, but they've had trouble catching him. Quick tap is taken by It's probably one of the better tackles they've effected on Wes Patton today, to be honest. It's a little sarcastic, I know, but they've had trouble catching him. Quick tap is taken by Mackay. Totally within the rules. He was in a direct line from the mark and the goal line. And the restart now, back with Clark. Clark, can he get over? Well, his head's over, his back's over, but the ball is held up. It'll be a scrum feed to the Chargers, 10 metres out, and Clark is injured. And he's gone straight for the left knee.
Super coach!
Looked as though he was going to go straight through here, Des Clark, but again, Howlett combining with Sutton saves the try. Good place to attack.
Well, here it comes, but the ball didn't come out quick enough. It still may be on for Orr. There's a dummy. Chris Orr gets over the try line. I reckon he was held up at first attempt by Murray.
And you're right.
Great work by Scott Murray.
Yeah, I think Chris Orr tried to sell to the referee and the touch judge, or the in-goal judge, that he got the ball down, but this will show that the arm of the tackler is actually under the football. There it is there. He hasn't got the ball down. Good decision and a great piece of defence there by the number 3, Scott Murray.
Chargers set to the right with Wes Patton and Chris Orr. Orr's the man with it. Orr angles inside for Durham. He lost his footing, only 5 metres out. Tom O'Reilly. Patton standing wide at the ruck. There's the pass for Mackay. Sews it up on a platter. The number 7 for the Chargers, and Graham Mackay on the board for the second time today.
Very strong burst there from Graham Mackay. And the angle of the run is important too. They're lining up out there. Look at Mackay come flying back in and just burst straight through some flimsy defence. This try had been coming for quite a while. And Wes Patton again at the forefront here. Mackay coming straight through Darren Burns and another South Sydney player. In fact, I think he took them by surprise with the fact that he came from outside in. They weren't
match that it was going to be a hit-and-run mission for the Rabbitohs. Flying today and leaving tonight. Well, they've only got one try to show for their 80-minute effort. Well, here's the show they put on after the tries are scored.
With a play, something different. And he showed a lot of desperation to pick up the football. And under these circumstances, it's very admirable.
Donato, Francis. Oh. Copped a shoulder there from Parsons over the top. Slocky.
The $1,000 knock him out of the match. Also the winner of the 81-10 goes to Chris Orr from the Gold Coast. Tremendous effort there today. You guys really got on with the job and scored a few points.
Well, that's what we're after. We changed the game plan a bit and used a few different moves. And we just concentrated on a bit of weakness of Tricky shooting up out and going around him, going outside him.
Yeah, a really good effort considering the last one you had against Western Suburbs was a dour struggle. You really didn't get the football out wide. It was different today.
Yeah, it was more of a forwards game last week, and we decided to go a bit wider. And like I said, Tricky always shoots up, so we're trying to get outside him and try and give Mac a bit more ball.
It looked like you had a lot more enthusiasm too. It was down a bit last week. You looked at Slosh and players like Goddard to really inject that.
Well, last week we missed Jamie and we missed Sloshy, but the boys took it upon themselves today to win the game. It was a must-win game. We had to do it.
And your understanding with Wes Patton is starting to come together?
Yeah, Wes runs what he likes to run, and I just call the shots. I direct the play, and Wes sees what's in front of him and takes off.
Well, congratulations on behalf of Nokia and also Channel 9.
Thanks, Block.
Cheers. Well, Phil, a tremendous effort today considering the last time you played Western Suburbs, a dour struggle that one.
Yeah, certainly, and it was courage with a capital C. There's a couple of bad injuries out there. We had our Origin boys out away, so the blokes showed a lot of character today to win that, and the defence was great.
It looked like the enthusiasm was up considering last week's effort against Western Suburbs.
Yeah, certainly, and we were in that game last week against West, but we dropped off. The blokes were underdone because they'd only been playing off the bench. But this week, we had 2 weeks to think about it. We trained very hard. And, the forward pack went well. Driscoll played with an injury And mate, he's just one of those players that you'd be proud to play alongside of.
Yeah, it looked like a couple of occasions he could have come off for the game, but he just kept pumping along there. Des Clark, I thought, played enormously well today. Sattler pitched in too.
Yeah, both the big men up front went well, and Sattler and Hurst, and you know, the halves were played very well as well, and King again at fullback, he was sensational.
Well, this one was a very important one. 6.5 wins for the season, mate. You must be happy.
Yeah, well, that leapfrogs us back into calculation into the 7, and it's getting a bit of a traffic jam there, mate. But all we can do is try to keep winning.
Well, Phil, thanks very much for your time, mate. I know. Go and join your team, mate. Good
Thanks,
on you.
Blocker.
Cheers.